Have you ever noticed how the quiet people in the room seem to possess a unique kind of strength? They don't rush to speak, yet when they do, their words carry profound weight. Today, let's uncover what makes these individuals so remarkable. It's more than just being reserved or introverted. It's about tapping into an ancient philosophy that has guided leaders and thinkers for centuries, Stoicism. But hold on, this isn't going to be a dry history lesson. We're diving into how the Stoic principle of speaking less and listening more can fundamentally transform your life in practical, meaningful ways. In a world where noise seems to drown out clarity, where everyone is clamoring to be heard, embracing silence can be profoundly empowering. It's about finding calm amidst chaos, about making decisions from a place of clarity, and about fostering deeper connections through genuine listening. Imagine navigating life with inner peace, making thoughtful decisions, and speaking with impact when it truly matters. These qualities not only set you apart, but also empower you to thrive personally and professionally. So, if you're ready to uncover the power of silence and learn how to use it to your advantage, stick with me. Hit that like button and join me on this journey. Each step we take will unveil more about how these ancient principles can be applied in our modern lives, helping you become more effective, confident, and at peace. By the end, you'll appreciate the strength found in silence and possess the tools to wield it as your own superpower. Let's embark on this transformative journey together. You won't want to miss a moment. Number 1. Silence causes confusion for the opponent. When you choose silence, you wield a mirror to the world, inviting others to reveal themselves while you remain steadfast, like a tree weathering a storm. It's about mastering the art of stillness, where your quiet becomes a canvas for others' thoughts and insecurities to paint themselves. This isn't about shutting down. It's a strategic embrace of calm, a lesson from the Stoics that teaches us the power of being like water, clear, reflective, and unfazed. Lao Tzu once said, "Silence is a source of great strength." Imagine harnessing that inner Stoic within you, nurturing your wisdom while chaos tries to disrupt your peace. This silent strategy disrupts the usual dance of dialogue, where words are thrown like darts in hopes of hitting a target. Instead, your silence becomes a shield, deflecting these darts and leaving the thrower puzzled, unsure of their next move. It's a moment where you're not just listening, but also observing the waves of uncertainty your calm can cause. Here in the quiet, you're learning, planning, and staying steps ahead. Your silence speaks volumes, telling the world you're someone who moves with intention, not impulse. Embracing silence is a journey of empowerment, one that aligns with the Stoic virtues of wisdom and temperance. It teaches us to value the unspoken, to find strength in stillness, and to see clarity in the calm. This Stoic silence isn't a void, it's a space brimming with potential, where you're free to observe, reflect, and choose your path with precision. So, let silence be your strategy and your strength. In the quiet, find your voice and let it guide you with the wisdom of the ages, always remembering that in this stillness there's a power unmatched by words. Number 2. Eliminate distractions. As we navigate our days through a sea of noise, it's essential to recognize the power of silence and the strength in speaking less. This isn't about withholding your voice, but about enriching its value. The wise Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, understood the weight of words and the importance of thought before speech. They saw silence not as a void, but as a canvas for reflection, a moment to harness inner peace and clarity. Our journey today revisits this ancient wisdom, urging us to eliminate distractions and find a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us in the quiet. Why is this trait of speaking less so crucial in our modern life? The answer lies in the quality of our interactions. Every word you choose to share carries the potential to build or to break, to enlighten or to obscure. In choosing silence over chatter, you give your words room to breathe, to resonate more profoundly with those who hear them. This practice of thoughtful communication is a testament to respect. Respect for the listener, for the message, and for yourself. It's a Stoic reminder that power often lies in simplicity, in the spaces between words where understanding and connection grow. But how do we cultivate this trait, especially when the world screams for our constant engagement? It begins with intentionality, with the conscious choice to embrace moments of silence throughout your day. This might mean pausing before responding in conversation, allowing yourself to fully absorb what's being said, or finding time each day to disconnect from the digital cacophony. In these moments of stillness, we find clarity, reflect on our thoughts, and refine our message. This discipline of silence, of speaking less, challenges us to prioritize quality over quantity, meaning over mere noise. So, I invite you to embark on this path of Stoic practice. Notice how embracing silence transforms your conversations, your relationships, your understanding of the world. You'll find that by speaking less, your words gain more weight, your thoughts more clarity, and your interactions more depth. This isn't just about talking less, it's about communicating better, about living with intention and purpose. In the wisdom of our Stoic guides, let us find the courage to seek out the silence, to give our words the space to echo with truth and significance. Let this be the journey to a more focused, serene, and meaningful existence. Number 3. Freedom from pride or arrogance. Freedom from pride or arrogance doesn't mean you're lowering yourself or dismissing your talents. It's about seeing your strengths and weaknesses clearly without letting either inflate or diminish your sense of self. Think of it as walking a balanced line. On one side is arrogance, where you see yourself above others, and on the other side is self-deprecation, where you undervalue your worth. Staying in the middle requires a steady gaze inward, recognizing that achievements don't elevate us above anyone else. This balance is not just about humility, it's about truth, the truth of our shared human experience. Embracing this truth transforms how we interact in the world. It shifts the focus from speaking to listening, from asserting to understanding. People who embody this trait tend to speak less, not because they have nothing to say, but because they understand the value of words. They choose them with care, ensuring that when they do speak, it adds value, not noise. This quiet strength draws others in, fostering deeper connections and mutual respect. It's a reminder that in silence, we often say more than with 1,000 words. This approach to life and communication doesn't happen overnight. It begins with self-reflection, a cornerstone of Stoic practice. Regularly examining our motives and biases helps us align our actions with our deeper values. By acknowledging our flaws and limitations, we learn to extend the same understanding to others. This process isn't about finding faults, it's about growing in wisdom and compassion. As we grow, we find that our relationships deepen, our minds open, and our lives become richer. So, as we navigate our days, let's remember the power of stepping back, of listening more than we speak. By embracing the Stoic virtue of freedom from pride or arrogance, we cultivate a life of meaningful interactions and true connections. It's in this space that we find authentic communication, learning not just to speak, but to speak with purpose and to listen with intention. This is the path to a life of depth, harmony, and genuine fulfillment. Number 4. Silence builds strength. Have you ever noticed how some people command a room, not by the volume of their words, but by the weight of their silence? This is the mark of those who have mastered the art of speaking less, a trait deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Stoicism teaches us the power of introspection and inner calm, virtues that thrive in silence. By embracing quiet moments, we tap into our inner strength, much like drawing water from a deep well. Silence isn't about absence, but presence, a focused engagement with our inner selves, where we listen intently to our thoughts, emotions, and intuitions. It's in these silent conversations that we uncover our true desires and the paths we wish to walk in life. Consider silence as your personal trainer for the mind. Just as athletes build physical endurance and strength through rigorous training, you can fortify your mental resilience in the quiet. In the hush, away from the world's noise, you're not just sitting idly, you're actively building a fortress of calm within yourself. This sanctuary is where you learn to wrestle with and understand your inner chaos, emerging more centered and unshakable. It's a practice that not only prepares you to face life's challenges, but also sharpens your clarity, allowing you to prioritize what truly matters. Now think about the clarity that comes from such silence. This isn't just about having peace of mind, it's about gaining the clarity to make decisions that resonate deeply with your core values. When your actions stem from a place of deep reflection, they carry more intention and purpose. This deliberate way of living doesn't just alter your own life, it transforms how you interact with the world. Your words become more impactful, your decisions more deliberate, and your presence more serene and authoritative. Silence in this way isn't merely a personal retreat, but a tool that shapes how we navigate the world and our relationships within it. So, what does it mean to speak less and listen more? It means engaging in a more meaningful dialogue with ourselves and the world around us. It's about harnessing the strength that comes from silence to lead a life of purpose, guided by Stoic wisdom. This journey of silent introspection doesn't make us withdrawn, but rather equips us with the insight and calm to act with conviction and grace. As we embrace the quiet, we become like the Stoics of old, resilient, clear-headed, and profoundly impactful. Number 5. Silence attracts attention. Silence, often overlooked, holds a magnetic power in the art of conversation. It's like the calm before the storm, or the breath between beats in a thrilling drum solo. This isn't just about keeping quiet. It's about mastering the moments when silence can speak louder than words. Picture a scene where everyone's rushing to voice their thoughts, and there you are, calm, collected, and silent. Your quietness isn't a sign of withdrawal, but a beacon of confidence, drawing people in, making them wonder what's on your mind. This curiosity gives you an unseen edge, a subtle control in the dynamics of interaction, echoing the Stoic belief in the power of restraint and thoughtful action. Diving deeper, think of silence as a canvas on which others can project their thoughts and feelings. It's about giving space, not just physically but mentally, for ideas to breathe and grow. When you choose to listen rather than respond, you're not passive. You're actively engaging in understanding the world from another's perspective. This act of empathy, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, strengthens connections, and fosters a deeper understanding of those around us. It's a powerful tool, transforming how we interact in our relationships, workplaces, and even within our inner dialogues. Now let's shift gears and consider how this silent strategy can amplify our impact when we do choose to speak. Stoicism teaches us the value of quality over quantity. By speaking less but with more intention, every word we utter carries weight, resonating with purpose and thoughtfulness. It's about striking that delicate balance between silence and speech, where our words become more impactful, not because of their volume, but because of their value. This approach doesn't just elevate our communication, it enriches our interactions, making them more meaningful and profound. Embracing silence is an art, a deliberate choice in our fast-paced, noise-filled world. It's a skill that, once honed, can bring peace, influence, and depth to our lives. This isn't about shunning conversation, but about enhancing it, using silence as a tool to deepen connections, understand others, and convey our thoughts with precision. It's a journey of discovering the power of pause, a testament to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism that teaches us the strength in stillness and the virtue of listening in a world that never stops talking. Number 6. Silence in negotiations. Let's talk about the power of silence, especially in the art of negotiation. It's like having a secret weapon, one that's been valued by the wise Stoics of ancient times and still holds immense power in our fast-paced world. Silence, when wielded with precision, is more than just the absence of sound. It's a full-bodied strategy that can shift the dynamics of any conversation. Think of it as the calm before the storm, not one that wreaks havoc, but one that brings clarity, understanding, and ultimately resolution. Now, why would someone who speaks less, especially in negotiations, often find themselves in a position of strength? It's not about holding back for the sake of mystery. It's about creating space. Space for reflection, for the dust to settle, allowing us to see the core of what's truly important. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Applying this to our context, silence gives us the power to control the narrative, not by dominating the conversation, but by steering it with the rudder of thoughtful consideration. Harnessing the power of silence begins with self-awareness. Know when the impulse to speak is just a reaction rather than a response. It's like being the captain of your ship in the midst of a stormy sea. The waves of conversation may toss and turn, but your hand remains steady, choosing when to sail forward with words or when to anchor in silence. This practice not only reflects confidence, but also respect. Respect for the moment, for the words yet to be spoken, and for the people we're engaging with. It's a testament to the belief that what we say should be meaningful, impactful, and, when the time is right, transformative. As we navigate through our daily interactions, let's remember the strategic value of silence. It's a tool for building bridges rather than walls, for opening doors instead of closing them. By embracing silence, we're not just participating in a negotiation, we're elevating it to a dialogue where understanding and respect hold the highest currency. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation, negotiation, or any moment of exchange, consider the power of pausing. It might just be the most eloquent thing you ever say. Number 7. Kind and considerate regard for others. Empathy and consideration for others are like hidden superpowers in our fast-paced, often self-centered world. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that still echoes with relevance today, teaches us the value of these virtues. It shows us how kindness and a considerate regard for others can transform not just our relationships, but also how we view ourselves and the world around us. Stoic wisdom from thinkers like Seneca emphasizes the importance of understanding and compassion in our interactions. When we choose to act with kindness and truly consider others' feelings and perspectives, we're doing more than just being polite. We're engaging in a profound act of humanity that echoes the Stoic belief in the interconnectedness of all people. This isn't about suppressing our own thoughts or feelings. It's about creating space for a more inclusive and empathetic understanding of those around us. These actions don't go unnoticed. They ripple through our relationships, fostering mutual respect and understanding. But how do we bring this ancient wisdom into our modern lives? Start by observing. Notice the impact of your words and actions on others. Are they uplifting, or do they bring people down? Stoicism teaches that we can't control others, but we can control how we respond. By choosing kindness, we steer our interactions towards positivity and growth. It's not about grand gestures. It's the small, consistent acts of consideration that build a solid foundation of respect and empathy. In a world that often values loud voices and quick responses, taking the time to listen and understand can set us apart. This approach enriches our personal connections and enhances our professional interactions. People are drawn to those who show genuine interest and care, creating an environment where collaboration and mutual respect thrive. So, let's embrace the Stoic call to kindness and consideration, making it a cornerstone of our interactions. By doing so, we create a legacy of empathy, respect, and understanding that transcends the fleeting nature of words and actions, leaving a lasting positive impact on those around us. Number 8. The art of reflective wisdom. In a world overflowing with constant noise and endless chatter, diving deep into our own thoughts and emotions can feel like navigating an uncharted sea. Yet this journey, brimming with courage, curiosity, and an open heart, is essential to embodying Stoicism in our modern lives. It's about finding value in silence and introspection amidst the clamor. The art of saying less, of choosing when to speak and when to listen, is deeply rooted in reflective wisdom. It's not about silence for silence's sake, but about understanding the power of words and their impact. Think about those moments when a friend shares a problem. The urge to fill the silence with advice is strong, but often the greatest support we can offer is our presence and ability to listen. This choice to listen rather than speak comes from a profound understanding of human connection, recognizing that sometimes what we need most is simply to be heard. This wisdom, knowing when to speak and when to hold back, can greatly enhance our relationships and our ability to connect on a deeper level. But how do we cultivate this reflective wisdom and the discipline of the tongue? It begins with observing our own patterns of speech and silence. Ask yourself, is what I'm about to say necessary? Is it kind? Will it improve upon the silence? This process isn't about self-censorship, but about cultivating intentionality in our communication. By embracing this practice, we learn to speak with purpose, choose our words with care, and appreciate the profound impact of listening. This journey toward reflective wisdom is both personal and universal. It connects us to the ancient Stoics who understood the power of words and the value of silence. By choosing to speak less and listen more, we honor their legacy and enrich our own lives. We become more thoughtful in our interactions, more deliberate in our choices, and more attuned to the world around us. This path is not always easy, but it is immensely rewarding. It invites us to live with depth, intention, and a greater sense of connection to ourselves and others. Embrace this journey. Dive deep into your thoughts and emotions. Choose your words with care. Listen with your heart. In doing so, you'll discover the profound wisdom and connection that silence and intentional speech can bring to your life. Number 9. The art of deep listening. In a world filled with constant noise and chatter, deep listening stands as a quiet yet transformative art. Those who speak less and listen more have tapped into a profound truth. Silence can be as expressive and impactful as words. This insight is deeply rooted in Stoicism, a philosophy that champions empathy, wisdom, and the strength found in quiet contemplation. For those who have mastered the art of listening, every conversation is a treasure trove of opportunities to learn and connect on a deeper level. They approach discussions not as platforms for their own voices, but as opportunities to dive into the depths of another's thoughts and feelings. This approach is not merely about keeping silent, it's about engaging actively without the need to interrupt with one's own voice. Imagine the profound impact when you listen, not just to reply, but to truly understand and feel with the other person. This is the essence of Stoic empathy, recognizing that behind every word lies a multitude of emotions, stories, and wisdom waiting to be discovered. Practicing deep listening begins with intentionality. It involves seeing every interaction as a lesson in humanity, turning off the mental noise to tune into the frequency of another's experience, and allowing their narrative to unfold without the rush to insert our own. This requires patience, a Stoic virtue teaching us to control the urge to speak, and instead give the stage to the silence that speaks volumes. Patience in listening brings us closer to wisdom, opening doors to perspectives we might never have considered if we were too busy formulating our next sentence. So, how do we cultivate this powerful trait? Start by embracing the silence within yourself. Learn to be comfortable in the quiet, for it is in these moments that we become receptive to the subtle nuances of communication. Reflect on the words of Epictetus, who reminded us that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Let this ancient wisdom guide you toward becoming a beacon of empathy, understanding, and wisdom in a world that desperately needs more listeners and fewer speakers. Embarking on the journey of deep listening is not just about enhancing personal relationships or becoming better communicators. It's a pathway to living a more stoic and fulfilled life. So, the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember the art of deep listening and let the power of silence transform your interactions. Number 10. Resilience in adversity. Imagine embarking on a journey of silence, uncovering a hidden treasure within ourselves that often gets lost in the daily noise. This journey reveals a profound strength in those who speak less, a rare resilience that shines brightly in our fast-paced world. Stoicism, a timeless philosophy, teaches us that this quiet resilience isn't about silencing our voice, but mastering when and how to use it. It's about the power of listening, understanding, and reflecting before speaking, much like the Stoic practice of controlling one's actions and reactions. Why do these silent individuals captivate and earn our respect? They embody the Stoic virtue of restraint, showing us that true wisdom isn't in the quantity of words, but in the depth of thought behind them. Think of Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. They knew that words carry weight, and that conserving them gives more meaning to the ones we choose to share. This selective communication is a strategy, not a limitation, allowing for deeper contemplation and a more thoughtful response to the world. How can we embrace this Stoic resilience in our own lives? It starts with recognizing that silence isn't emptiness, but a space brimming with potential for growth and understanding. By welcoming moments of quiet, we open ourselves to the lessons adversity brings, learning to respond with clarity and purpose instead of reacting hastily. This practice, like Stoic reflection exercises, teaches us to find calm in chaos, seek inner strength, and view challenges as opportunities to demonstrate our resilience. As we navigate life's complexities, let's remember that resilience isn't just about facing adversity, but how we choose to engage with the world. The silent resilience of those who speak less reminds us that in the economy of words, each one has the power to inspire, heal, and transform. It's a call to embrace the Stoic principles of acceptance, perspective, and virtue, guiding us toward a life filled with purpose, meaning, and unwavering strength. As we wrap up our exploration of the power of speaking less, let's remember that true strength lies in our ability to listen, reflect, and choose our words wisely. Today's insights are not just about adopting a quieter lifestyle. They're about discovering the deep wisdom and resilience that come from thoughtful silence. Thank you for joining me on this journey and becoming a vital part of our Stoic community. Together, we strive for a deeper understanding and aim to embody virtue in our daily lives. Before we part, I invite you to comment below, "I find peace in silence." This simple act of commitment can mark the beginning of a profound transformation in how you perceive and interact with the world. Don't let this be the end of your quest. There's a wealth of wisdom waiting for you in our next video, ready to inspire and strengthen your spirit even further. By engaging more with the Stoic practices we discuss, you're not just learning, you're growing and transforming in a way that goes beyond mere knowledge. So, take a moment to click on one of the suggestions on your screen. Let's continue this journey together, expanding our minds and spirits.